revolution started. Wait, the earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to drool, Neanderthals developed tools, we built a wall. We built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mystery that all started with a big bang.
Hello, my name is Houdini Felix, and this is my show. Today we have a very special guest on the show. Her name is Midori Lux, and she will be talking about, or answering questions about ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. I would like to ask you some questions about ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia since you are the expert. I would like to know, when did Mesopotamia become a civilization?
Well, Mesopotamia became a civilization in 1530 BC.
I would like to know, what kind of geography did Mesopotamia have?
Well, there are lots of hills, rivers, mountains, and plains, but not many natural resources for the people who settled there.
Who were the major rulers, and how did they come to power?
Well, Gilgamesh became a major ruler because he was the hero of many people living there. Hammurabi became a major ruler because he had added lots of useful laws to the city, and Naram-Sin became one because the people claimed he was a god.
Explain Hammurabi's code.
Hammurabi's code was a comprehensive set of laws that had been dealing with criminal and civil
Explain some of the major inventions the Mesopotamians used.
The major inventions that the Mesopotamians used were the wheel to make pottery and chariots, Archimedes' screw that would help raise water to the plants, and glasswork to make pottery last longer.
Give me a timeline of when the following civilizations came to or ruled Mesopotamia. The Sumerians, the Sirens, the Babylonians, the Akkadians, and the Persians.
Civilization started in 3500 BC. The Assyrians started in 1170 BC. The Akkadians started in 2300 BC. In 1792 BC, Hammurabi came to power in Babylonia, and in 550 BC, Cyrus the Great rises to power, and the Persian Empire began.
Explain daily life. What were the clothes that they wore? What did families do?
For shelter, the ancient Egyptians built mud brick homes in small country villages. They also grew most of their own food, but traded as well. All life in Egypt depended on the Nile. The river provided rich and fertile soil for farming and transportation. Children were also the heart of the Egyptian family. Ancient Egyptians also enjoyed swimming, sailing, hunting, and celebrating.
How did they create pyramids and temples?
The pyramids were used for pharaoh and queen burials, and the temples were used for worshipping the gods and goddesses. They were made of stone because they were meant to last thousands of years.
How did they practice religion? What were their major beliefs?
The ancient Egyptians practiced the polytheistic religion. Polytheism is the belief in many gods. The religious beliefs of the ancient Egyptians would influence them in hard times. They also believed in Ra, the sun that came out.
How did they practice mummification?
Egyptians believed that everybody would go into the afterlife once they died. To preserve the body, they would remove all the organs out of the body that would cause it to decay. Then they would wrap the body in strips of linen and bury it in a tomb.
What were hieroglyphs?
Hieroglyphs were a stylized picture to represent something.
This is an example of a hieroglyph. Who were the major pharaohs of that time?
Major pharaohs of the time were King Tut, Khufu, Cleopatra, Ramses II, and Akhenaten.
Give me a couple facts about ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia.
In mummification of a pharaoh, they would kill the servants as well and bury them with the pharaoh so they would help him in the afterlife. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian, she was Greek. And Egyptians enjoyed board games. Thank you for watching the Houdini Felix Show. My name is Houdini Felix, and I will see you next time.
Do.